The Tony Awards are 3 weeks from tonight, and Matilda the Musical, the story of a feisty girl with a boundless imagination, is one of the top Tony contenders with 12 nominations. Whether she's at school with her clever classmates and tyrannical headmistress, or at home with her self-absorbed and not-so-bright parents, 5-year-old Matilda finds ways to overcome her obstacles. Matilda the Musical swept London's Olivier Awards and is winning over Broadway audiences. It's just been nominated for 12 Tony Awards, something that can even make the menacing Miss Trunchbull smile.
It's a joy, it's an honor.
Bertie Carvel, who won an Olivier for this role, is nominated for a Tony Award as Best Lead Actor in a Musical. Under the wig and warts and ladies' wear, Carvel says his character is one unhappy woman.
An exception to the rules.
She is a piece of work. It's a nasty piece of work, actually, is what she is. But working out why she's such a nasty piece of work is my job.
The job of transforming the beloved 1988 children's novel by Roald Dahl started 4 years ago by the Royal Shakespeare Company. Making Dahl's characters and the Quentin Blake illustrations jump from the page to the musical stage was up to Dennis Kelly and Tim Minchin, teamed together for a project like no other.
You have to stay inside the circle all the time.
Staying inside the circle is a perfect metaphor for her obsession with rules and boundaries, and it was manna from heaven.
I remember you bringing that song in, and that was an amazing moment.
They speak as they collaborated, a well-oiled creative machine, a give and take that became empowered along the way, just as Matilda does by pouring herself into what she loves. Kelly is nominated for writing the book of the musical, and Minchin for composing the music and lyrics. They say the late author was their guide.
But because it's dull, it's like it felt like there were reasons for people to sort of break into song. So the musical aspect of it didn't scare me. What appealed to me about the story is just that there's this little girl, this tiny little girl, who just defeats these complete idiots, and she does it all on her own.
And early on, she fights with mischief as her weapon. Well, mischief and knowledge.
Matilda becomes brave and strong, befriended by her teacher, Miss Honey, with secrets of her own, crafting the words and music exhilarating.
The thrill of this for us is going, but she just that is like doing the Sudoku puzzle of theatre.
I believe that Matilda Wormwood is an exception to the rules.
Lauren Ward is nominated for a Tony Award as Best Featured Actress.
I'm completely shocked, flattered, honored, overjoyed, got every adjective that you would want. It's terrific.
She played Miss Honey in London as well, a character not to be underestimated.
It's like still waters run deep, and she's a very quiet part, and she's the type of person that you might never notice, sort of a wallflower. But she's got such richness.
This is Ward's 5th Broadway show. Home for the Missouri native and mother of 3 is in London with her husband. 2009 Tony winner and Tony-nominated director of Matilda, Matthew Warchus.
He is a great director, and I feel so privileged to be able to work with him again, because we don't choose to work together that often because of the kids and scheduling. So it's been a real family affair, so it's quite special for us on that front as well.
Gabriel Ebert is nominated as Best Featured Actor, portraying Matilda's father, who's cartoonish and not very nice to his daughter. The Juilliard graduate was first on Broadway 3 years ago. Ebert says this breakthrough role just keeps giving.
The honor of being nominated for a Tony is just something beyond, but at first I was terrified. I thought, I think the wrong man has been cast in this role. And then eventually when I saw what I got to wear and what I actually was going to look like and the size and scope of the piece, I started to realize where the ceiling on this creativity was, and then I found my freedom within that.
Ebert enjoys the physicality of the role and has extra fun singing Minchin's lyrics in Telly.
Why would we waste our energy turning the pages 1, 2, 3?
This is more a sort of tongue-in-cheek Tim Minchin song that is just brilliantly well written and has a lot of irony in it. And I grew up without a television. I don't have a television now, so it's quite cool for me to be singing this song.
Despite feeling outcast, Matilda's imagination lets her escape into fantasy.
It does feel sort of celebratory. It does feel, even though there's those sort of those sad moments.
Oh, but mostly the kids walk out of the theatre going, I love being a kid, and actually I think grown-ups, adults walk out slightly reminded that they should still climb trees and eat sweets.
They say American audiences have been fantastic and generous in their response to Matilda. And what about lifetime Londoner Bertie Carvel, who brought Miss Trunchbull to Broadway?
And to do it in New York, are you loving it?
I'm loving it. I'm really loving it. I didn't know if I would. I'm really impressed by how openly and warmly one is welcomed. So yeah, I'm having a blast.
I mean, they're really, really loving it, and I wasn't convinced. I sort of thought this show is so English, but it wouldn't be right to change it, and I'm sort of thrilled with my American audiences.
Sing, children. 2, 3, 4. If you want to throw the hammer, you can 3, 3, 4.
Watch out for Trunchbull. Remember, you can see the Tony Awards right here on CBS 2, Sunday, June 9th.